Hi, I'm Donna Nebistinsky, pastoral assistant here at St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Parish. And as you can tell from the background, I am here in my home, in my little home office that used to be one of the kids' bedrooms. This space for me is, in a way, consecrated. It is a place where I can come and spend time with the Lord. It is a space not unlike a prayer corner, perhaps in your own home, that has multiple uses. But for the most part, it is also that place where I can just sit and be quiet, away from all of the other activity that's going on around me. You can see that my desk is here, of course, and it is where I work from home when I'm not at the parish office. It's also where I sit to pay bills, what I need to do today. But you can also see all of those things on the wall, perhaps, and even here next to me, that are holy, that are those special things that set this room and this place apart. This is where I come every morning to spend time with God. I have my spiritual reading, I have my Bibles, I have all sorts of things that are hanging, holy articles and holy items, but also those things that are just plain special to me, that bring me joy. Everything in this room was put here for a reason. And I just love being able to spend time here, especially that time in prayer. My consecrated time, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today, is first thing in the morning. I have dedicated an hour a day to spending time with the Lord. I usually am up and in here a little after 6 every morning, and it's great because this room faces east. I get a beautiful view of the sunrise. Now, because I've dedicated that time, and because I know I want to do it and I look forward to it, does that mean it's without its struggles? Absolutely not. About 2 weeks ago, I barely was able to get in here on time to get my prayer time in, and that's how I looked at it. I needed to get that time in. When I first became Catholic, I was the same way. I wanted to do everything right. I wanted to make sure I followed the rules. I didn't let my faith enter into my heart. It stayed here. So when I have those struggles now with that time that I've consecrated and set aside to be with the Lord, I get frustrated. I let the spirit of discouragement and despair enter in. And that's what happened just a few weeks ago. Consecration, setting aside time and space and our lives for God, is a process. It's not a once and done event. It's not a checkbox that you mark off. It's something that gives us some internal strength and spiritual graces to allow us to continue on that journey that God has us on. You can see here that I have a lot of things that I rely on. I have my Bible, I have my journal, I have the things that I'm using for spiritual reading, but I still need that time in prayer. I still need that quiet. Now, how do you, in your busy life, you may not be blessed with being able to spend an hour in the morning with God alone. How do you find that time? How do you consecrate time? Well, if you have an alarm that goes off, you hit the snooze, and within that 10 minutes of time, you just lay in bed before you even get up, thanking God for the gift of the new day and allowing Him to just touch you in your heart the way He wants to in that short amount of time. If you're a parent with a busy household, perhaps you decide that every day after dinner, you're going to sit down and just read a short Bible story with your children. Maybe you're busy rushing off to an office or rushing off into your day from place to place. You pull into a parking lot, and before you get out to run into the grocery store or rush into work, you give yourself 2 minutes to close your eyes and dedicate that time every day to the Lord. He doesn't necessarily need hours and hours of our attention. He just needs our hearts to be open and our minds to be ready to hear Him. So just take that time. Consecrate those short bits of time. Consecrate those places in your home, perhaps a prayer corner that when you pass by it, it reminds you to say a little prayer, to thank God, to just stop and listen. That's all we need to do to begin. Those baby steps, those first little things that God is drawing us into and allowing us to become more open to hearing His word, to spending that time with Him. Pray for me. I pray for you. And blessings from St. Elizabeth Ann Seton.